Christina, I think you're muted.
Thank you. Tuesday Talks is back, and you get to see the bloopers behind the scenes, the pains and aches of coming back to something that we haven't done in a while. So thank you for joining me. If you're here live, thank you. If you're watching this recording, thank you. I hope that this will be a fruitful time for you. I always strive to make the Tuesday Talks as brief as possible, just because I know we're all busy. Ministry takes a lot of time and effort. So I'm going to dive in. If you're watching this for the first time, here's the way it works. I go through my agenda of the things that I said I was going to talk about, and people can always interrupt, but it should be kind of a conversation. I'm just trying to hurry up and get through everything so we can get to that thing that you really want to hear about. And then at the end, I hope to hear back, if you have questions or ideas for something else, or want some feedback from those that are attending live, then we'll have time for that. All right, so the first thing, I'm going to share my screen. And there it is. Let me go back to, okay, so the first one is about the annual conference resources. And I wanted to make sure that you're aware, whether you attended annual conference or not. If you go to dscumc.org/AC, it'll bring you to this annual conference homepage. Now from here, especially for you communicators, you're going to want to use this, but if you're a pastor and watching, I think I've got some ideas for you. So you'll use this to get to the documents if you needed to read more about, like, yeah, I heard this legislative item passed, but I don't know what exactly that's all about. So you can click on documents to get to those legislative items and review them so you can write your summary or whatever. Please know that we will have an annual conference report published within the next 2 weeks. Actually, Molly Shannon's helping out with that. And it'll be issued in the weekly digest and the district newsletters. So if you're not already a subscriber, be sure to go to dscumc.org/subscribe. Also, so if you're new here, I do always send a follow-up email to all of those that received the Tuesday Talks invitation. My follow-up email includes notes and links to all of the things that I'm talking about. All right, so here, there's photos and video of annual conference. On the side, these are links to, if it says video, that means it goes to our Vimeo account where you can download this video. So although we do have the live stream, see, like this Thursday plenary would have had like the Episcopal addresses in there. This is on YouTube. So unless you have a special membership to YouTube, you can't download it. And if you're going to show any of these things as a live stream like this, which you can, you're going to want to download the video and play it off of a computer instead of live streaming it off of YouTube into your live stream. Please be aware that if you end up using any of the worship pieces, like a whole worship service, you'll still need to get your own CCLI reporting on there. What the Desert Southwest Conference did is just for that live streaming event. It doesn't cover what your churches are doing. And I want to clarify, in case you're thinking, wait, I thought the conference pays for our CCLI license. We do. And it just means your church also now has to use your CCLI license number when you're live streaming this. Okay, so some of the ideas. So I'll switch back to regular video in a second, but so one of the ideas that I heard about was one church is going to use Ashely Boggan's a call to United Methodist renewal presentation as I couldn't remember if he said if he's going to use it as a sermon series, but he also said, I might just do kind of like a trivia thing, show the video, pause it, and ask people, what do you think? That sort of thing, and then play it for the answer. So this could be, I'm thinking a sermon series. It could be a fun trivia event for your church. There's all kinds of things. I mean, it certainly has applications for confirmation class, for a United Methodist 101 course. So you as the communicator or the communication liaison hopefully are hearing this and thinking, okay, I could share this video with the pastor so that they can use it for blah, blah, blah. I could share this video with maybe you have a membership committee or Christian education committee and let them, you're not telling anybody what to do. You're just making sure that they are aware of the resources that are available. All right. Then similarly with the Arizona Faith Network Heat Relief, the Immigration Beyond Borders and Bias presentation, there was a great presentation in the laity session. Any one of those, you could host kind of like a movie night and discussion. And this would be something that you would share with your missions team or church and society team to have them host a watch night. That's not the right phrase, a movie night, and then have a discussion afterwards to see what might your church do to continue supporting or maybe start supporting this type of ministry or get involved. I know that our justice and outreach team has people that are willing and very capable of coming out to your church to do a presentation or kind of help with that Q&A session. So be sure to keep that in mind as well. Let's see what else. Oh, and the mission project report. Here it is. Mission project report is also a downloadable video. That one's fairly short. So this would be a nice thing that you might want to use for social media, sharing it that way, or as part of your, I don't know if it's fellowship time, whenever it is that your church had talked about the mission project and asked or opened up the invitation for people to help support this mission project, it would be great for you to follow up with in that same arena with, and here's what we did. Your generous giving has been a part of this mega impact that was made possible, again, because of your generous giving. So there's that. Let's see. And then if your pastor was one of the ones that retired, you can see the retiree celebration video here. You can play it. You can have your own little get together for that. Now, when the article comes out with the annual conference report, you're probably going to want some photos to use with that. So you can, let's see, for each day, we've created a folder in Flickr. Here's the Sunday photos, Saturday photos, Friday photos, and up here's Thursday photos. Feel free to download and use any of the photos that you see in our Flickr account. Although there may be copyright information on there, it's not intended for churches to not be able to use it. If there's copyright restrictions, that's just what Flickr puts on there. You can rest assured that the Desert Southwest Conference is not going to sue any of our churches for using photos from annual conference in your church newsletters. Some of the photos that are coming up are photos, well, for Sunday, I don't know that we have a whole lot in there yet, but also for the mission project, there's photos that Billy has been emailing me that shows some of the physical gifts that people have given, like socks. So that'll be in there. Definitely by the time we have our annual conference report, all of the annual conference photos and videos will be uploaded. All right, what else? And of course, if you were like many people out there and still a little bit confused about what exactly does a delegate do at general conference or jurisdictional conference, and what happened at that 2020 general conference in 2024, you can watch this delegation report, share it in your church news to help raise awareness and also interest, because pretty soon here, we're going to have to nominate new delegates for general conference, new delegates for Western Jurisdiction Conference or jurisdictional conference. So this delegation report includes a little bit of insight on that perspective. Do we have any questions about that so far? Or comments? Okay.
I had a question. I posted it in the chat. Was there an official logo? Because I was looking all over for it and I couldn't find it. Where was it?
Let me go back to that. It should be in the quick links section. And I know I switched it up a bit. There we go. Discipleship. Sermons. Hey, where did that go? I guess I got to put it back in there. Yeah, I'll put that in there, and I will link it in my see logo in my follow-up notes, and I'll include it in black and white with the white text and transparent, or black text and transparent. I think that that's better than what I had in here, and that's, now I'm remembering, that's why I meant to remove the color one that looks like this and put in the one that's a little bit more user-friendly, but then I got distracted and never did upload the new one. So thanks for asking, Chris.
Of course. I just ended up taking a screenshot
Oh,
of
yeah, that's
that. So
okay. All right, then what else? Grants. Okay, so our annual conference, I had some people, actually one person, not people, one person asked me about, they were thinking about starting a new ministry at their church, or just trying to brainstorm about what's possible, what resources are out there. And this particular church has undeveloped land, and they were thinking about starting a garden in their undeveloped land, like a community garden. So he asked about what grants are available or what assistance is there. So there's two things. This page, dscumc.org/grants, is where multiple staff add grant information that they're aware of, whether it's from the general agencies or other means. See, so here's some of the staff that work on grants and that you would be able to reach out to for support. And we link them here to see, like, this is Arizona Complete Health Community Reinvestment Program. I don't think that that's a United Methodist Church grant, but it is a grant that churches can use. So these are already pre-vetted, and the people here would be able to help you with that. Let's see what else. Information about if you're wanting to write for a grant, and you're not alone. If you wanted to write to get a grant and we're really uncomfortable about, like, did I get everything I need for this? You can consult with a professional grant writer. You can just start out with the contact us form. Either one of these forms are great first steps to getting the right money funneling over to your church. I know two of the people that respond to these forms, when you fill it out one time, people like Rachel Gilmore, Billy Fidlin, which will now be shifting, but there's different, depending on what it is that you're asking about, different people get a copy of that request, and then they follow up with you. Questions about that? Okay, I'm going to share another one, because I'm just kind of excited about Zion UMC's community garden. So that's the other piece, is it's not just about knowing about the grant page that, okay, I can contact somebody and find a link to a grant. You're not alone. Part of this Tuesday Talks gatherings is hopefully to raise awareness about where else might you find collaboration opportunities, or someone that can help you, somebody that's gone through the same type of thing. So I'm going to share a quick unedited video with Linda Stanley at Zion. And would you say I forgot to include the audio. My bad. Share. Worth it?
So back in 2015, Pastor Camille Pencil started the garden out there. It was all caliche. There was nothing out there. So when I got here, when she left, then some of that had gone away. And so then we became involved with Energy Tree and Growing Gears. And they have helped us develop this project into something like Joseph's End-Time Feed the Hungry program even,
Oh.
because this isn't just for here. It's starting here, but it's going further. We want to be able to say to those places around the world that can't grow food, there is a way. God has sustainable ways to show us how to do what we need to do.
You're on mute, Christina.
Yeah, sorry. So I was just saying, I mean, it's cool to hear about it. I've got videos and photos to share. I'll probably publish an article about that just as a reminder and links to those photos and videos. So if your church has some undeveloped land, don't know what to do, that's, a possibility. All right, and then next thing I'm going to share is go back to my, come on, click, here we go. Nope, not that one. Find a church. There it is. Nope. Here we go. So we had published this article. I try to publish it from time to time as a reminder to update your church's Find a Church profile. I'm going to go here real quick. So if I was coming somewhere, whether it's a snowbird type visitor or whatever, I'm new to the area, I'm looking for a list of Methodist churches. Find a Church is one of the very first links that comes up. Desert Southwest Conference came up. First churches must be doing some amazing stuff with their SEO, and Central is closing. So Find a Church, clearly your church probably wasn't listed here, but Find a Church was. So it's really important to make sure that your Find a Church profile is updated. And if you've never done it before or did it a long time ago and don't remember quite how to do it, this link that I will provide to you via email includes a step-by-step instructions, a video on how to do it. And then here's the next step. There's a video again. So it's pretty simple. And I'm going to show you the actual Find a Church page. Where is it? No. Oh, I thought I had it ready. Sorry. Oh, actually, if I go back here, that's how we get it. And this is what it looks like. So you would first in here put whatever it is. I'll just let it recognize where I'm at. And then it'll start showing me the list of churches any second now. When I wasn't live streaming, this came up really quick. But now that I am, of course, it's going slow. Well, once it finishes populating, what I wanted to share with you all is just that now Find a Church is way more robust than it was before. Now we've got pictures of churches. Let's go to Paradise Valley. And you can have obviously all your worship information. You can put in a message about your church so people can get a little bit more of a feel for what it is that you're all about. What are some of the events or ministries that you have? I mean, there's a lot more information you can put in here now. And look at that. Even from here, you could update the church profile. You'll have to do a little bit of verification when you start this, but it's not really complicated. So especially now when we're changing appointments, definitely consider updating your Find a Church profile, and maybe just visit it once in a while to see is there something new that you could add, something exciting, maybe new photos to put in there. Yeah. And then I think that's all I have. But I know I had a question about platforms. So the other question that I had not too long ago was from one of our churches. I met with them yesterday, and they're wondering things like, this is how much money we're spending on our social media management and content creation. Is there something cheaper out there? What are other churches using? This is how much money we're spending on our website, and we don't love it. What are other churches using? I can't remember what was the other their electronic newsletter. What are churches using? So we did have a survey that was sent out by the Communication Commission, and we didn't get a lot of responses. So I think we're probably going to send it again. And this time, if you are watching this for the first time, if you just heard about it, please encourage your church communicator, your pastor, whoever, get that information to us. It's super valuable because it allows it to be able to give a church that's looking for a different resource, whether it's, okay, now we have a budget and we're ready to spend. What are some of those pricier options that have tons of features? It's so much better to be able to use something that another church has already used and it is loving or hating or whatever, and you can connect with that church to ask about how did it work out, what was the learning process for that, and then hopefully make a more informed decision. The survey, thanks for asking. Let's see, when did it go out? Molly, maybe like a month ago, month and a half ago,
Hold on.
but we will be sending it out again.
I reported on it at our last meeting, so I'm thinking I sent it out early May.
Oh, okay. There you
I
go.
did actually get another response that when I came in this morning.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, so you watch for that. I think what we'll do is send it through the Tuesday Talks follow-up. So if you could take a moment to fill it out, and then the other thing was yesterday with the church that I met with, we were talking about kind of like creating a content strategy and reviewing all that they are doing and how do they want to change, what are their goals, all of that. And the United Methodist Church does have resources out there for kind of helping you build your communication strategy. And I was sharing, like, I kind of struggled with it. I know some churches have used it and loved it. It's been great. But it wasn't for me. And I think it's maybe because I'm not actually at a local church. So I was having a hard time answering all these questions, pretending like I'm from a church and coming up with fake information. So I struggled, and I wished that there was something that was just more simplified, and that like just kind of a starter building block. And so I'm going to be working with this church to develop that, and we'll have that resource. I don't know about when exactly, but at some point. So if any of you have something like that already, I would love to see that, and then we can share it, talk about it sometime, or if you're looking for that type of resource, let me know. We'll work with you as well. And that's it. So what kinds of things, I mean, what I'm seeing right now is Megan Swanson is here with us, and I think it's okay to announce now. I'm really confused with when things process through, but Megan, if you could either give me a thumbs up or wait. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm hoping that we're reading each other's minds. Megan Swanson is going to be, or now, maybe July 1st is when officially Megan Swanson will be our new Communication Commission chair. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see here. Can I do? Yes, there we go. I'm ecstatic about it. And I understand from annual conference, we had some new commission team members, communication commission members. So if any of you, if you're thinking about, like, I have some gripes, I have some ideas, I know about resources, I need resources, please email me that type of information. I try to bring over to our communication commission. And we do have a strategic direction, but we've got a new chair. So we've got to provide information and tools so that our new chair can guide us into the next season. And hopefully, not hopefully, I know each time it's been better and better. So I'm excited for the next step. Megan's title, she is going to be the new chair of the Communication Commission. And Megan works at one of our churches in Tucson, St. Paul's. St. Paul's, yes. Phew. I'm terrible with things like that. And yeah, so we're excited to have her on board. I'll be working closely with Megan. And that's it. Sorry, I'm dragging on here. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Unless anyone has something to share, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Okay. Then I don't know if we'll do every single week Tuesday talks, but just watch for the meeting invitation. Hopefully we're doing this often enough where it's, we get to know each other more. We loosen up about, sharing, hey, I'm struggling with this, or I was struggling with whatever, and I found this resource, so I wanted to share it in case it's helpful for anybody else. That kind of stuff is all solid gold for Tuesday Talks. So thank you all for joining me. Maybe I'll see you next week.